Way to be optimistic, mate.
We
Way to be
started. We
optimistic.
started.
Alrighty, guys. Welcome to Footballix, guys. We discuss all football over here. We've decided on the first episode, episode number one, to start right before the Champions League knockout stages.
Way to be
Um,
optimistic, mate.
We
Way to be
started.
optimistic.
over here. We decided on the first episode, episode number one, to start right before the Champions League knockout stages. To start right before the Champions League knockout.
Saswa.
Yeah. Sorry, I did not know what happened. I thought I was the only one moderating, but I guess there's like four more of me over here.
Go ahead. Go
Anyways,
ahead.
yeah. So today we'll be discussing. We're going to be reviewing the Real Madrid Atletico Madrid derby. We're going to be previewing Man City Chelsea tomorrow. See if Man City are going to still be in this title race or
What the
not.
fuck is going on?
And we're going to be discussing the Champions Leagues, and we're going to be previewing all the games to see and make our predictions on who's going to go through. So with that being said, let's start with the Madrid derby. We're going to start off from you, Saswat. Can you please tell me what are your thoughts on the game?
On Madrid derby.
Yes, sir.
Uh, I mean, it's obviously. I actually went for 1-1. Fixture for that, but yeah, Real Madrid actually played well, and actually this shows. This actually goes against my predictions of them performing in the Champions League, and this might be a very controversial point when I say this, but Solari has done what Zidane actually lagged in his management skills of being consistent in the league. So Solari has done a lot. Especially, it's a very good sign they are doing without Cristiano, and everything's just going so well for them. And if Bale clicks in that team, Bale like scored from his first shot, and which just shows confidence. And if he gets carries on with his confidence, obviously if he does not get injured, I mean they can actually challenge. I mean, it's a very unrealistic position from now onwards, but they can actually challenge Barcelona for the league title. I mean, it's sad for me to say this, but still, they can actually challenge them for the league title, and they can actually do something in the Champions League if they continue. And if the draw goes in their favor, it can go. I mean, they can go in the Champions League. And this game today, I mean, they implemented their tactics quite good, and also it was down to Atletico's poor defensive display. So, hats off to Real Madrid. That's all.
Alrighty, nice. Pablo, your thoughts?
Um, I'm kind of disappointed now in Atletico because they were playing pretty well, and now all of a sudden they're like in this dip in form. I don't know what happened, but you have to give credit to Real Madrid. They I wouldn't say they dominated them, but they definitely were better than Atletico. Uh,
Hmm.
I also thought it was gonna be 1-1, so I was surprised to see the 3-1, and then you have to say that goal from Casemiro, man. Wow.
Unbelievable.
And
And to your credit, like you are correct. Like they have dipped recently, but I do you think that could be down to them preparing for the big game against Juve in the Champions League?
that they could probably I don't know if that counts as like you dip in form in order um to save yourself for the Champions League, but maybe that could be a
Maybe.
possibility, yeah. So
Alrighty, man. Alrighty, Muntaha. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, hello guys. Can you listen? Can you hear me?
Yep. We could hear you, bro.
Yeah. First of all, I just want to congratulate you, right? Because you was the first one, like from like the person, like the Madrid fans. Like I know that, like you said that, like you trust Solari and you believe on his tactics and everything. So right now, Solari tactics are working, and we are playing as a unit, as a team. And to be honest, I was quite pessimistic with this game. I thought like it's going to be 1-1
Yeah.
or somehow Atletico will, you know
Hmm.
like score in 88, 89th minute, or like get a
Yep,
winner.
Muntaha. You've
But
even mentioned new
yeah,
Madrid managers sent to lose to Atletico in their first match.
yeah. So I like from Jose Mourinho to uh Zinedine Zidane, like in fact Julian Lopetegui, yeah, like they lost like the first fixture against Atletico Madrid, especially against
Yep.
Diego Simeone. So that was a
Hmm.
kind of curse, and it was finally the hood was broken now. So it was a
Yep.
great game, and like Atletico played well. Atletico, some of the referee decision, I know it's like biased in favor of Atletico Madrid as well, but I'm quite happy with the performances of boys and the way my boy, like what's his name, Regulon, Sergey Regulon, the way he performed, he literally outclassed Marcelo.
Oh yeah,
The way
he's
he played.
benching Marcelo.
Yes, yes, yes. For sure. He's benching Marcelo, and he should start in every big game. And Vinicius' performance was, for me, he was like not average. He was good, but what I was expecting against, kind of performance against Sevilla, the way he played, and like his decision making in final third was quite poor. And I must say the mistake for the way the first goal we conceded. Yeah, I think so. I would blame Vinicius for that.
Yep,
And
yep. No,
apart,
like you could blame, but again, I want to say that Vinicius is 18, so I think his mistakes now are tolerable. He has
I
two
agree.
more years before he could start carrying all that criticism, and we could actually start to criticize him in a serious manner. At the moment,
Mhm.
he's still developing, so I think we should still give him a pass.
Yeah, and finally, just want to say that, like I'm most impressed by Carvajal and Casemiro's performance, because if you see that Carvajal
Preach,
literally,
preach.
yeah, Carvajal literally, touch. I guess he took 102 touches in this game as if a like
Hmm.
central midfielder. He was like way too much, and like he didn't allow Thomas Lemar to to penetrate from the left, right, from the left side of the
Yep.
flank, and he literally pocketed Thomas Lemar. So overall I was satisfied with the performance. Not satisfied. I'm more than happy, to be honest. Yeah, that's it.
That's okay. Perfect. Juvenile.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Casemiro for that sick goal he scored.
Golazo.
Yeah. Uh, okay, thoughts on Madrid. They usually, I don't know what it is about Madrid, but they always usually start off slow, let's say in the
Hmm.
season, but then around January, February time, they always seem to pick it up. As we can
Yep.
see, because I mean, I think back in October they were sixth.
Yep.
Before they sacked Lopetegui.
J Lo.
Now they're second. They've overtaken Atletico. So shout out to Real Madrid as well for picking themselves back up after a
Hmm.
start to the season. Um, in terms of the game, uh, it was. I wouldn't say it was one-sided. I think it was balanced, but Madrid's quality, through Vinicius, Bale, Casemiro, they outshone Atleti. But
Yep.
you know what? There was a point in the game where Atleti could have turned it around when Morata's amazing effort from outside of the box was cancelled due to
Incredible technique. Incredible technique.
yeah, that was a crazy offside goal. Offside goal.
Hmm.
Um, there also were some VAR calls which were a bit off, but overall I thought it was a good game.
Definitely.
Atleti, it's a bit worrying now because this is their second loss in 2 games. Uh, so it's gonna be a bit interesting to see what they do against Juve
Definitely.
in 2 weeks' time.
Definitely. Like, and you as a Juve fan, I'm just gonna put this question towards you. After seeing Atleti today perform in a big match, how comfortable are you going into the match?
I mean, us ourselves aren't we haven't had a good run of form recently. With the loss to Atalanta and the draw to Parma, but Atleti at the same time have also not have uh, you know a
A
good run.
stellar January and start of February. They
So
haven't had a good January or a February as well because they were knocked out of the Copa del Rey. This is their second loss on the bounce. They are missing Koke. It was missed today, which is a vital player to their team. So, sorry, I'm just going to interject right here, Juve. I think both. It's going to be a very interesting matchup because both teams have a point to prove. Both teams are going to walk in with a chip on their shoulder because they need to respond to this form. Now with Juve, I think they get a bit of a pass because Juve, you missed your whole back line essentially.
yeah, that is true. Both Chiellini and Bonucci were out.
Mm-hmm.
The Parma and the Atalanta game.
Yep. So with those guys coming back, I feel like Juve have. I still think they're going to be edging it, but we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We're going to get there later on. Is there anything else you'd like to add, Juvenile?
Yeah, like you said, I think we do have the edge, but I wouldn't rule Atleti out. They're still a strong team, and the first leg is at it's in Madrid, so you never.
True. Alrighty, Jeffrey.
Yo, what up? What up?
Yo, what's good, my brother? Go. Tell us thoughts on Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid.
Yeah, man. Look, I was expecting a really tight game, like, because based on the last few games between Real Madrid and Atleti, it's normally like really low scoring game, like a 0-0 or 1-1 draw. Yeah, Real Madrid, man, they've really impressed me so far with these recent weeks. Solari has done a really good job with the team. How he's bringing in the youngsters like Regulon and Vinicius, who are playing really well. They're in really good form at the moment. And their first goal, Casemiro, like this guy only knows how to score like good goals. Like
Only
what
golazos,
a
man. Only
what a goal,
golazos.
man. What a goal. Overhead kick from a corner. Like this guy, man. But yeah, I was kind of disappointed in Atleti because normally the way they shape up is very like rigid and organized. Well, it was different for this match. They're more like
If you don't mind me, I just want to say, do you think it's because they underestimated Madrid, because Madrid were very poor this season, that they thought that they could come out and attack Madrid and they got punished?
Yeah, not just that. I think they do have a few injuries in their team, so that's going to have an effect on their performances as well.
Definitely, Koke
But
is their talisman. Like Koke
yeah,
is
Koke,
definitely
yeah, he's so important to this Atleti team. But the thing with Atleti is for the whole season, really, they've been really like leaky in defense. So yeah, but not to take anything away from Real Madrid, like they were very clinical. Bale came on with the second half to kill the game. That was a really good finish with his left foot. And yeah, but the thing with Real Madrid is, like, it's like they fall asleep for the first 6 months of the season, and then come February, March, they just wake up, and everything just starts to click. That's why they peak in Champions League season, like the knockout season, and that's why they've won 4 out of the last 5 Champions Leagues. So yeah, but I'm not gonna say they're winning the Champions League this season because
no, it's too early.
like,
It's way too early.
without Ronaldo was that dude for them. He was the
And
talisman,
Zidane.
and
We can't
he's
forget
gone.
Zidane.
Yeah, of course, Zidane as well. Yeah, but Ronaldo's such a huge miss because he gets you those big goals in those big games. I don't know anyone else in that Real Madrid team that can do what Ronaldo does. Like, he's so clutch, and they're gonna miss that in the Champions League. But
100%.
yeah, as for this match, yeah, Real Madrid thoroughly deserved to win. They were very clinical, and I'm not even going to rule them out for the title race, because everyone seems to think, oh, Barcelona are going to comfortably win this La Liga. I'm not really sure because
Barcelona they have a 5-point lead at the moment with a game in hand, but they do have to play Athletic Bilbao.
That's not
and they
an
have
easy
Sevilla.
game. Athletic Bilbao at San Mamés is never an easy game.
Never.
I know Bilbao have not been in the best of forms this season, but it's still going to be a tricky game for Barcelona.
They're due to them at Camp Nou, so there's always a chance for it.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true. They
so we're just going to wait and see what Barcelona do. If they don't win, then that's going to give Real Madrid a better chance of coming back and overtaking Barcelona. So this title race is definitely not over yet. And with Real Madrid coming back into form, yeah, they're looking dangerous right now. So, yeah.
Definitely. Alrighty. Hazim, go. Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid. Thoughts, bro?
Yeah, so it was a good match. I expected a lot more from Atletico, to be honest. I thought they didn't perform up to the standard. Obviously, they went with their usual deep 4-4-2, and but they weren't really able to suppress Madrid's movements. And I feel like for Madrid, it's been a common theme in recent games that the reason they're doing so well is not only are the youngsters like Vinicius and Reguilon performing well, but also the main players are getting back into form. So for me, Modric's rise back to form is really important for this team, and he saw that in this game.
Definitely, he's like the spine. He makes everything tick in that team. Yep.
Yeah, for me, like this game, he played really well. Even in the assist for Bale's goal, that was a great pass. And And also, what was key in this game for Madrid was Toni Kroos and his movements inside the box. I feel like Partey and Saul weren't able to deal with that, and
Nope.
he was able to get many shots in. And yeah, obviously, whenever you have a threat like Vinicius, it's really important for you. Vinicius was really good. This guy's really talented. He was making those runs, but obviously with the help of Modric, he was getting the ball to him. But his run to make the penalty was amazing, and that was a great run. And yeah, and I want to say Casemiro as well had a great game. He was just controlling that midfield, and that bicycle kick was beautiful. And he was also helping out the fullbacks when they needed.
Yep.
So
Covering every anytime they're going forward, he was covering right behind them.
exactly, yeah. So he was really good. As for Atletico's point of view, look, they were home. They didn't really the midfield didn't perform up to standard, and it showed in the second half when they started getting aggressive, because they're just frustrated from not being able to close down the spaces, and so many yellow cards were shown, and obviously Thomas Partey summed up his match by getting the red card.
Yep. Even though it's unfortunate for Partey because he had a great match in the first half.
I thought he was one of a few good ones.
Yep. And then the second half, I feel like they got frustrated by the movement, and that's when he started committing those fouls, and it led to the red card. But sorry, continue.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously Bale coming on, it's a great impact sub to have. So yeah, definitely it's good to have that kind of competitiveness in the team. And I think Madrid is looking really good now. And they're only 5 points behind Barcelona. Obviously Barcelona have a game to play, but who knows? If Bilbao manages to do something against Barcelona, things can get interesting even in the league, which no one expected. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Alrighty, sweet. Denzel.
Thoughts
man. On the Madrid derby. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah, well, Madrid, they had more of the ball as I expected, but Atletico, man, they were not as organized as usual. I think that they have been much more organized than that in the past. Casemiro with an absolutely brilliant goal, man. Sergio Ramos, obviously, Ramos is more clinical than most strikers in the world right now. I think these guys are really giving Solari a headache with picking right now because obviously Carvajal and Odriozola, Llorente. I've been crying for Llorente to start over Casemiro for a long time now, but obviously look at what Casemiro did today, and just headaches all over the place. Marcelo, obviously, arguably the best left back in the world, and Reguilon is absolutely brilliant right now. So he's just headaches all over the place, and I think Madrid is on their usual second half of the season beast mode right now, man.
But coming into form.
Yeah. Madrid, they're looking really dangerous now, man. Yeah. Morata to say, well, absolutely brilliant finish, man. It was a pity it was offside. Brilliant movement by Griezmann for Atletico's goal. Well, I have to say that Atletico, they just didn't look as organized and as compact as they usually do. I think Madrid found much more space against Atletico than you would expect them to. Yeah, so I think that was Atletico's downfall today with the clinical finishing of Madrid. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Barca, our La Liga aficionado. Tell us your thoughts on the game.
Yeah, it's funny you didn't come first to me, but yeah. Okay. So this is the thing. First, let me start with Atletico. Because I mean, like I said, man, Simeone needs to be inducted into Brick Academy for one reason.
Harsh. Continue.
I'm sorry. There's only one formation that this dude uses in every single game. Mm-hmm. And it is plain, it is ridiculous, it is just so selfish, and I just don't feel like he wants to, win. Like, if he's really serious in changing things, if he's really serious in trying to win the UCL and so forth, with which they are hosting in the Wanda Metropolitano, then go and attack these dudes. Go and really give your opponents a run for their money. That's not the case. That's not the case though, because he wants to sit back, relax, and today was just a mess. Like when I was watching that second half, it was just a mess because I just felt like, my God, Real Madrid are playing like giants and they're making Atletico look like small kids, you know? So the thing about it is, I just feel like Cerezo needs to really count his cards, and he really needs to think about whether this is the right decision to keep Simeone on the helm or whether it is not. Because I think time is ticking for Simeone. Really, I really think he has bare time right now, and I think it's either now or never. Like this season, I can see him go to the Serie A like after this season because I don't know what he's doing for Atletico.
But who will
Like,
replace him?
That's a good question, Azim. Who would replace him?
So you know, and I even said this to my Barca fans on my channel, in that for me, right? I mean, not even La Liga fans, is that for me, I just feel like, okay, that Jardim would be a very perfect fit with this team. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I can see some improvement in this Atletico team playing a more attacking brand of football, and instead of going at opponents and really giving opponents a run for their money. So for me, it'd be perfect replacement for Simeone. I don't think they should go for Mourinho. I don't think they should go for Conte. I just think that the years of Simeone bringing back the historic Atletico that we all know of is over, and it's just so sad. It really is so sad. I just feel like, yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry, Marcel. Let Hazem ask his question. You could respond. Go ahead, Hazem.
If they sack Simeone, do you think they should bring a defensive or attacking manager for next season?
I have some, you know, I told this to my La Liga friend. They need an attacking manager. On my channel, I literally said this. They need an attacking manager.
Can I say something over here? Can I interrupt?
Okay.
Go, Montago.
Look. If you'll see Atletico, like back into those days before Diego Simeone, they used to be an attacking team and they used to be mid-table team.
And they were relegated, Montaha. They were relegated and they got promoted again. And they were very, very inconsistent. You could almost say they're like the Spurs equivalent in La Liga.
Yeah, but now the players they've been buying, like Lemar and Correa, you can see that this approach isn't using their potential, and they would
exactly
bet attacking approach.
Thank you.
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
Guys, here's the thing. And just another small question here. If they get an attacking manager and if they try to change the whole philosophy of the team, which has been a setup for like what, 5 or 6, 8 years
7
now?
years.
So 7 years. Sorry, I'm sorry, 7 years. So if they try to change the philosophy, try to bring an attacking manager, which is obviously trying to change the philosophy, should they get different set of players? Because these players have a fixed mindset with that kind of setup with Simeone plays. And if they try to change the setup, if they try to bring an attacking manager, should they try to revamp the whole squad? Because I don't think it will. I think it is gonna take at least 1 or 2 seasons for these same set of players to get into a different groove. So what do you guys think?
That's what I understand. I understand what you are saying there, but my thing about it is, because these players are quality players. Like Lemar in Monaco was playing an full attacking football with Jardim. You know, Gelson Martins was really thriving in Lisbon. And when he went to Monaco on loan, he just scored a goal in his debut. So my thing is that the main problem with Atletico is go and attack. Because I kept saying this to dudes, is that, my gosh, this defensive mindset, I think Simeone has gotten so caught up into this defensive mindset that the players are thinking about it. The players, it's like, okay, our football is defensive, so we have to play defensive. They're not allowed to do what they want to do. And it's a bit like the United situation when Mourinho was in United, where Pogba wasn't allowed to do what he wants to do.
Barca, we don't want to go too much off topic. We want to try and wrap up this topic because we have some other topics to discuss. Okay. But if you could please wrap it up, please.
Okay, so for me, real talk, I'm not going to lie. I think time is ticking for Simeone, and I think now is a time when Atletico need to get a new manager. For Real Madrid, good game. Like I said, man, they got their mojo back. And I'm not surprised because even in the beginning of the season, I said the second half of the season, they're coming back. And hey, this might be a very interesting title race. So yeah.
Alrighty. So just
Yeah.
to wrap up this topic, I pretty much agree
Yeah.
with the consensus of all of you, with most of what you guys just said. Atletico were they started off the game very well, pressing Madrid, really forcing the issue. You could see in the first 30 minutes, Madrid were struggling to get the ball out of their own half, and it took them a while to, just like they start their season, they start their games. It took them a while to get really the tempo
Yeah.
of the game and really start controlling it slowly. And you could see once they started to control the game, Atletico were frustrated. That's where most of those fouls were being committed. Overall, great game. Some unfortunate refereeing decisions. We have to mention that, but credit to both teams. Great goal by Casemiro. Personally, I want to give him man of the match just purely for that goal. But yep, we move on, guys. So next topic, we're gonna go into the Premier League, and we're gonna discuss tomorrow's match between Chelsea and Man City. Now, this match is gonna be huge. And the reason for that is that City have to keep up the chase on Liverpool if they want to retain their title and be the first team to win it back to back since Ferguson in 2009. So, my question to you guys is: do you guys think Chelsea could pull off a sweep this season? Because they already beat them at home. Do you think they could beat them away?
No chance.
And
No chance.
alrighty, we're gonna get to that, Jeff. Do you guys? I'm gonna start with Saswat. Saswat, do you think Chelsea could pull off the impossible and and sweep Man City twice? Go.
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I would want nothing more from Chelsea. I just want Hazard to be on that pitch and just destroy Man City. Obviously, it's a very tough task to us for a single player itself, but I definitely think that Hazard definitely has the quality to do that. But let's be realistic here. Man City are playing at home. And as good as Chelsea looked against Huddersfield, then 5-0, and definitely hats off to that. Huddersfield, let's be real, Huddersfield are like the worst Premier League team, maybe the worst Premier League team of all time. I don't think they're going to make it past like 11 points, which was the least that Derby County actually secured. So I don't think they're going to get past that. So Chelsea definitely, there were a lot of positives that looked in that Huddersfield game. You saw that Hazard was clicking with Higuain, and Kante could break from the midfield to the attack, and a lot of positives were different from the game. But this is Man City we are talking about. And Man City don't have any injured players right now. Most of their players, apart from Mendy, most of them, and Mendy hasn't featured in throughout the season. So I think, and also they have looked way better without Mendy as well. So that's a very controversial topic to go on, but I'll definitely not go there. Chelsea, to win this game, Chelsea has to obviously have a lot of the ball, which actually they have done throughout the season. They have played a position based game throughout the season, and if they control the midfield, if Kante and Jorginho has to actually perform in this game, if there is a game where Jorginho has to prove all the haters, it is this game. He needs to control the midfield because we all know what Man City is all about. Man City is all about the position-based midfield and attack. If Jorginho shows up and Kante breaks from the midfield to the attack, and somehow Higuain and Hazard clicks, then they can obviously pull an upset on Man City, and definitely it's going to be a huge boost for Liverpool's title race as well. But Man City, as calm and composed they want to prove a point. They want to be on top. They want to be. They want this to be the like a pivotal point in their title race. They want to make a statement through this game because this is the most important game that they're gonna play. You can argue Man United, but I think Chelsea, because Chelsea has already pulled an upset on Man City's title race. So I think will be definitely wary of what Chelsea is gonna do. So Man City are definitely gonna go stick to their same tactics, stick to what they do best against each and every team. So Man City, I think, are gonna go with a prediction of what 2-1 to Man City. Yeah.
Alrighty. Good. Thank you for the breakdown, Saswat. Pablo, thoughts?
I really don't think that Chelsea will be able to take over Man City. I think they'll give him a challenge, but like Saswat said, Chelsea, they played against Huddersfield, and they played well, but that's against Huddersfield. So the test is here against Manchester City. I think now Higuain has to prove that he has to prove to everyone that he is like the striker for Chelsea. Because if he doesn't perform, then I feel like maybe there's some doubt there. So I don't know. I think Manchester City will win, and I'll say, if we're gonna give predictions, I'll say 2-1 also.
Alrighty. All right. Thank you. Muntaha, thoughts?
First of all, this game is on Etihad and Chelsea away. Oh, it's so dodgy to say that. To be honest, Chelsea performance away is like unacceptable. Like I know, like somehow they perform good game against Bournemouth. I guess 5-0. They defeated them, and it was
No,
a good
Huddersfield.
victory. Huddersfield, sorry,
Huddersfield.
Huddersfield. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah, Huddersfield, and it was 5-0. Great victory, I guess. But still, this is a Man City. You're playing against the champions of England, and they are literally one of the best team in Europe, and they have so much weapons to, literally destroy you. So I cannot see Chelsea winning this game. To be honest, I think so. City is going to win 3-1, but in any case, Chelsea is playing false nine. Then you can say something can, they can pull off some kind of result from this fixture. Might be 2-2 or 1-all, but if they are playing with a regular striker as like 4-4-3-3 holding formation, then I don't see Chelsea's winning this game. So I think so, like they'll lose 3-1. That's it.
Alrighty. Juvenile. I'm gonna change the question up a little bit for you, because I don't just want your thoughts on Chelsea versus Man City. I want to, because you've seen probably Higuain more than any of us in recent times, because as a Juve fan, you've watched him for a while now. Can you please tell us, how well do you think Higuain will perform in this match, and do you think he can pull an upset?
Okay, so my boy Higuain is he's a game changer, is what I can say, and he's a goal scorer. He shows up in big games. Last season against Spurs, numerous times in the Champions League last season as well. He's had some good performances, and against Man City, I think he is gonna show up. But overall, I'm not sure that Chelsea beat Man City at home. Um,
You don't think he'd be enough? You think he can get a goal, but do you think he'll be enough?
Yeah, that's the thing. I think he will get a goal, but I don't think he'll be enough. Higuain is the kind of striker that needs good service. At Milan, he wasn't really getting a lot of good service, which is one of the reasons why he, I would say, had a subpar first half to the season. But with proper service, Higuain is a really deadly striker. In a Juve, I think he got around 22 goals.
Mm-hmm. Which is in the Serie A, which is not easy. In the Serie A,
it's one of the toughest leagues to score in. It's because it's such a defensive league.
Mm-hmm. No, in the Serie A, it's not tough. It's not easy at all. And he actually still holds the record there, so he could be a game changer for Chelsea. He's only 3 games in, so Man City, it's going to be the game where he can prove himself.
I mean, if Sarri gets his tactics right, and the Chelsea players, especially Hazard, are on the ball, I think maybe Chelsea can turn things around. Maybe.
Alrighty.
Most Liverpool fans are hoping for a Chelsea upset, but with the way City have been playing recently, I don't think.
Leave Liverpool out of this. Leave Liverpool out of this.
Saswat, it's not your turn. It's not your turn, brother. You had your turn. Alrighty, Juvenile. Anything else you'd like to add?
I think it's gonna be a 2-0 to City.
Okay. Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Tell us, do you think Chelsea have a chance against your boy Pep?
Yeah, my boy Pep. Yeah, Chelsea, no chance. Like this City team right now, they've got the momentum right now. They've been in unbelievable form. Like they've been thrashing teams left, right, and center right now. Mm-hmm. And Liverpool have been feeling the pressure because they've been dropping points against teams that they wouldn't be dropping points against earlier on in the season. So yeah, about the match, I think City will just have too much for Chelsea, especially with City being at home. Um, the pace and the dynamism they have with Sterling and Sane on the wings is they're going to cause Chelsea's fullbacks problems because what Alonso and Azpilicueta lacking is pace. They lack speed. They're as good as Azpilicueta is as a defender. He's not the quickest. So Sane could really cause that Chelsea defense problems. So for me, Sane is a key player for this match. Hopefully, if he starts, that is, because this guy, man, he is so talented and like he's so explosive. The way he just drifts past players with ease, like this guy could cause problems. So
he will be needed. I think wing play is going to be vital in this match, just for the fact that I don't feel like Chelsea's fullbacks will be able to handle it. Like they're going to have to, they're going to need a low block. I don't think Chelsea can play, which is usually what they do go for. So yeah, sorry, continue.
Exactly. And Chelsea's away record, like so I'll say for the last 2 months has been very poor. Like I think for the past 3 or 4 games, they haven't scored away from home, and obviously their last away game was against Bournemouth. We all know what happened then, 4-0. Yep. That was embarrassing. So yeah, this Man City team, I can only see a Man City win here because they're in such good form. They're at home. They know that a win here puts them back to the top of the table on goal difference, of course. Yep. So yeah, and with City's play style is the players are more used to Pep's play style than Chelsea's players with Sarri's play style, of course. Because Pep has been at City for 3 years and Sarri's only been at Chelsea for
sorry, Jeff. Sorry, Lund, please, your mic, brother. Can you just mute your mic?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, and
go continue, Jeff.
Sarri's only been at Chelsea for 6 to 7 months, so it's going to take time for his players to embed in his philosophy. Because why I'm saying this is because Pep's and Sarri's philosophy are actually quite similar because they're both possession-based, high pressing, short, intricate passes and build-up play. And City's is just more advanced because the players are more used to that system. So
and they've had 3 years to play under it. Exactly. So these players have had time.
Exactly. So for me, I see City having most of the ball. And because City will have most of the ball, Hazard will just not have that much of an impact on this game. And if City just mark Hazard out of this game, then I think it's going to be comfortable for City. So, and Higuain as well, of course, he scored with his 2 goals last week. He should be high in confidence.
Yep.
But he's the type of player that needs service. Like without the ball, how are Chelsea going to give him that service that he needs? So
exactly. He's a clinical striker. When you get the ball to his feet, he will put it in the back of the net. But you are correct. I don't think they're gonna have that many chances to be able to do that.
Exactly, because Higuain he makes clever runs in and behind the defense. So if he does get his chances, I'm confident that he will take his chances. He's very clinical. So, but with me, City are scoring more goals, in my opinion. Both teams will score, but I think City will probably win. This is my prediction. So City will probably win, I'll say 3-1. 3-1.
Alrighty, perfect. So, sorry, welcome, Lund. Welcome. We're talking Chelsea, Man City. We're previewing the game. You and Denzel, I'm going to leave you two till the end because you guys are the Chelsea boys right here. So we're going to leave you till the end, and I want you guys to wrap up the topic. So with that being said, Hazim, thoughts?
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting one because Chelsea are obviously off the big win against Huddersfield, and City obviously in the midweek against Everton, convincing win. I think they were definitely the better team. But I wouldn't go with the same 11 as against Everton. I will definitely have to start De Bruyne and Sterling. And the reason for that is if you with the midfield three of De Bruyne, Fernandinho, and Silva, you can really take advantage of Chelsea's midfield because if you put Fernandinho deeper and kind of as a sweeper, and De Bruyne and Silva can go more central and really focus on Jorginho's weakness, which is sometimes he makes mistakes under pressure. So De Bruyne and David Silva really need to go more central, and especially since Jorginho is probably going to be exposed, especially in this match, because Kanté and Kovacic will need to help the fullbacks, especially because they're going against Sterling and Sané. So often Jorginho is going to be left alone, and that's why City have to go more central when they're attacking. And I think that's going to work well for them. And
Man, you want to kill us, yeah?
But as for from Chelsea's perspective, I just think they have to try and get the ball to Higuain as much as possible. And obviously Hazard's going to be really important in that. And I think, you know, Hazard's going to be able to create some chances for Higuain, despite the midfielders having to go a bit deeper. But that's why I think Chelsea will be able to pull one back. But I'm going to go with City 2-1 win.
All right. Yeah. Perfect. Now, Barca.
Barca. Sorry. Yeah, hello?
Yeah. Go. Man City, Chelsea. Predictions.
I'm sorry. I don't watch English Premier League.
Alrighty, man. We respect that. Thanks for the honesty, Barca. Alrighty, Denzel. Tell me your predictions. Tell me, Jorginho, is he gonna work his magic this match?
Yeah, obviously. United won today against Fulham, obviously, which leaves Chelsea out of the top four. They're now fifth. Obviously, Liverpool won as well, which means City is now second, which means that this game, there's absolutely no way that Sarri can come here and play for a draw and anything like that. It's going to be a really, really open game, which worries me because City is obviously a million times more clinical than we are. So in an open game, they're obviously gonna outscore us. The midfield battle is obviously really, really important. Jorginho and Kanté are guaranteed starters, which leaves one more place. Kovacic, obviously, Kovacic is brilliant, but in my opinion, I would start Ruben Loftus-Cheek in this game because when you press him, he really makes mistakes. He drives with the ball, and what we are lacking in most of our midfielders are lacking. He actually can finish. He has a good shot on him.
I do want to interject just right here because you mentioned Ruben Loftus-Cheek, and I think you are right. I would start Loftus-Cheek before over Kovacic, just for the fact that Loftus-Cheek, I see him play more in that handshake goal where he did in Napoli, where Sarri would play handshake. He plays that similar role where he controls the game. He's also good with his feet. He's press-proof and can drive forward and get you a goal, which I think is vital against City. You will need a player like that can clutch it. But sorry, continue.
Yeah. I think Loftus-Cheek is much better suited for that role than Kovacic, and obviously I think Kovacic is more suited to being deeper than in the handshake role. And Barkley, I have to say, a million miles away from this game. Barkley, he crumbled when pressed, and obviously City are gonna press us to death in this game. I think that Sarri has to come here playing a counter-attacking style. If we try and play City head-to-head, it's over. I just don't see how we can go to the Etihad and try to dominate the ball or dominate possession. That's just not happening. We cannot be too high up the pitch because obviously if Aguero, Sané, and Sterling's movement, they're going to kill us. We cannot be too high. We have to try and play a counter-attacking style. Obviously on their wing, Sané against Azpilicueta, Sané is absolutely brilliant. But in my opinion, when it comes to one-on-ones, Azpilicueta is the best in the world.
Oh, he's incredible. He's one of Chelsea's. He's definitely Chelsea's best defender, and he's unbelievable. Even going forward, backwards, he's hands down. He possibly, aside from Hazard, could possibly be your best player.
Barcelona should steal him.
Yeah. Barca. Let Denzel in.
But you have to bear in mind, that Sane is also one of the best 1v1 dribblers in the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good battle. It's going to be a very good battle.
So it's going to be a great battle. But what worries me the most on the wings is Sterling or even Mahrez on that wing, that right wing against Alonso, man. That just worries me. I personally would start Emerson because he has more pace than Alonso. He offers an overlap, obviously, which Alonso doesn't. His cutbacks and his crosses are much, much better than Alonso's. So I personally would start Emerson. I think the understanding between Hazard and Higuain will be absolutely vital for this game as well. The link up has to be brilliant because obviously we won't have much of the ball as we normally do. So when they actually have the ball, they have to make great use of it on the right wing, man. I don't know. I personally would prefer CHO Callum Hudson-Odoi, but do we push him straight into a game like this? I don't think that it's a wise move to do that. So obviously maybe Pedro is not on form, so I would start Willian. Willian, man. But Willian has to start in this game, I guess.
Yeah, big up William.
Yeah. Obviously, Kepa as well has to be absolutely brilliant. Has to read the runs. Has to read the balls over the top. Everybody, absolutely everybody. David Luiz, he just sometimes his brain just goes dead. He goes to sleep. There cannot be none of that tomorrow, man. Rudiger as well. These guys are prone to making some really, really stupid mistakes at the back, and there's just no room for none of that. Everybody has to have a 10 out of 10 tomorrow for us to win. How I see this go, I predict 2-2, man. 2-2. Yeah.
Wow.
Alrighty. Lund, wrap it up, brother. Tell us
Finally,
what are your
man.
thoughts.
Finally. Okay, look, first of all, I just quickly want to say that I'm a real Chelsea fan, and I'm realistic, and I say things that most Chelsea fans don't want to hear. So, first of all, obviously, starting in goal will be Kepa. Right back, obviously, Aspi with Luiz and Rudiger. Alonso will start this game, and there's a point I just quickly want to make, right? Yes, everyone doesn't trust Marcos Alonso. I understand your frustrations, I understand your point, but in big games, he never ever gets exposed. Like sometimes, yes, at times he may get exposed, but he's never really like the weak link, like the obvious weak link. Like against City at the bridge, right? At the bridge, Sarnia was really targeting Azpilicueta, but Azpilicueta just had him in his pocket. And for me in that game, Alonso was solid. And a lot of people didn't actually pick him up. A lot of people. And, that's just how the Chelsea fan base goes, because they obviously have an agenda against Alonso and Willian and Barkley. But I'll go on. Kante will start. Obviously, Jorginho will be in there. Now, this spot, right, the LCM spot, the left central midfield spot, is going to be vital for me. I mean, people say start Ruben Loftus-Cheek, but one thing you have to remember is that Chelsea aren't going to have the ball a lot. So we have to have people who can work off the ball. And personally, to be safe, I think Sarri will go for Kovacic. But if you do go for Kovacic, then we're not going to have a backup for Jorginho in case he gets injured or, something like that. Or he'll just slot Kovacic in his position. So, look, it's going to be tough. But if I had to bet on it, I'd say I think he'll start Barkley, to be honest, because of his work rate off the ball. And look, for me, Loftus-Cheek, look. Loftus-Cheek doesn't work well off the ball. Like his defensive duties are poor, in my opinion. And if we do start him, we'll get rinsed anyway down that side. So I think we need a worker there. Front three obviously will be Hazard, Higuain, and Willian, in my opinion. I think we should start Pedro, but since it's Sarri and he favors Willian, I think he'll obviously go for Willian. And how the game's gonna go, right? First of all, one thing I want to say is that this all depends on what Chelsea shows up. If the Chelsea of Bournemouth shows up, you'll see a flippant scoreline of 5-1, something like that. So, look, we need to show up. We need to play together. We need to defend as a unit as well. We need to be clinical going forward. At times, I think Chelsea will look to keep the ball just to frustrate City. But, man, City are just a force, man. And for me, I just see us holding the L in this game, or the D, to be honest. Yeah, pun intended. Look, man, it's gonna be tough, but if I have to predict a scoreline, I'm gonna go 1-1. That's me being realistic. I don't think we're gonna win this game at all. I think our vital players, of course, Like for me, without a doubt, it has to be Hazard. He has to perform in this game. If he doesn't perform, Chelsea don't perform. Like that's the easiest way to shut Chelsea down. Just man mark Jorginho and make sure Hazard's just isolated. That's how you beat Chelsea. Simple as that. And for Higuain, it's all going to depend on service. I think someone said that. But it's all going to be on service for him because I don't think he can create something out of nothing. Maybe he can deliver that magic of brilliance, in that one moment. But I really doubt it. It's his third game. The pressure will be on, but look, man, it's going to be an exciting game to watch. I mean, I'm nervous right now. I mean, man, it's going to be a big game, man, and I hope we win. I hope we win.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we're going to, but look, man, it's going to be a draw.
You're speaking a lot of sense, man. You spoke a lot of sense. I agree with a lot of the sentiments that you say. The only thing I would like to add is that I do agree that on paper, City would win probably 9 times out of 10 on paper, just with the quality that they have, the amount of time that they've been playing together. The only thing I would like to add is that you never know with players like Hazard, Higuain.
Yeah.
These are game changers. They could clutch it. Like Chelsea could frustrate City for 90 minutes and somehow manage to get a goal. So with that being said,
of course, man, of course.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be like a 1-1, maybe a 2-1 City. I'm probably edging towards a 2-1 City. I think they might just be too much for Chelsea, and especially because you guys already beat them once, they're going to come in with a point to prove. So with that, we're going to wrap up that talk right there, and we're going to go now to the main event, guys. We're going to be previewing the first. Sorry. Is there anybody else that we have to? Anybody else that want to add anything onto that Chelsea City game?
Yes, one thing. Just
go ahead.
One quick thing. Look, City played on Wednesday, I believe.
Yep.
So for me, Look, they might be tired for me. Like they might lack later on, like in the later stages of the game. So maybe that's when Sarri can put maybe Loftus-Cheek on just to test City a bit, in my opinion. But we'll see how the game goes. Maybe that's just a thought that everyone must just think about.
Okay. So now it's down to the main event, Champions League. We're going to be doing the games for this week.
Can't wait.
Real football. This is it. This is the league that everybody waits to watch for. That stuff during the week is all cool. It's all fun. But we all want to wait for this.
The big games, bro. Big games.
Yeah, man.
Big games.
Game, bro.
So, with that being said, the first matchup, it's going to be between PSG and Manchester United. Now, just some facts for you guys. It's going to be at Old Trafford. Man United are hot on form, 10 games unbeaten. PSG it's confirmed that Cavani and Verratti are a doubt. Cavani today got injured. Neymar's out. We already know he's out. He was injured last week. So with that being said, how do you guys see this going for you guys? I still personally believe that PSG, there's no way they're going to get knocked out again. I can't see that happening, but let's see what you guys think. Saswat, go. PSG United.
Yeah, let's talk about the first leg itself, not the whole 2 legs overall. Let's talk about only the first leg.
We're going to only preview the games that are coming this week.
Yes, let's talk about the first leg. So obviously, needless to say, Manchester United are hot in form. They're just clicking here and there, just scoring goals out of nowhere. And the most important positive that nobody talks about the partnership of Lindelof and Bale. They have formed a solid partnership at the back, and if you see, especially today's game, Fulham only had 2 chances. Obviously, it's Fulham, and it's no credit to Manchester United, but still, them being a solid 2 centre-back partnerships, it's hats off to them. Being a Liverpool fan, it pains me a lot, especially we're going to play them in the next week, I guess. I think it's 24. But they forming a solid defensive line, like defensive centre-backs. It's going to be very tough to beat, especially with Cavani and Neymar missing. It's all down to Mbappe. I don't know who's gonna play the second striker. And guys, for those guys outside, Cavani is actually gonna miss the first leg. It's confirmed. He's gonna miss the first leg, and Verratti is also gonna miss the first leg. So it's actually confirmed. So with Mbappe only as the striking force, and them not having anyone to control the midfield, you just cannot fathom the thought of Pogba just marauding throughout the midfield and controlling the midfield, because we all guys know what Matic and Herrera are all about. Both of those guys have this solid foundation of just controlling the midfield. You have two players who control the midfield, and you have one player, probably the best midfielder in the world right now, who can transition between the attack and the midfield. Everybody's talking about Royce, but in my opinion, Pogba is the best currently right now who can transition from the midfield to the attack. So Pogba doing his thing, I don't know if you guys saw today's match. Rashford and Lingard were actually rested for this game. So Solskjaer has already
Wow.
thought about this game. So already he has in his back of his head. He has this in the back of his head. He has already his eyes on this PSG game. So in my opinion, PSG. I don't see PSG winning this game at all, especially being in the Old Trafford, with Old Trafford, the audience, the Old Trafford fans just booming their fans up, like they are just filled up with confidence. So I think it's going to be a 3-1 to Manchester United. I think, especially the goal from PSG will come in between the second goal and the third goal, especially when after Manchester United scoring the second goal, they're going to be a little loose. They're going to play like in the second gear, not in the first gear. So that's when PSG, I think they're going to pounce. I think it's going to be a 3-1 to Manchester United. I'm not gonna talk about the overall type, but that does not mean that PSG are gonna go out in this Champions League last 16. Just be focusing on the this game, it's gonna be 3-1 to Manchester United.
Alrighty. Pablo, thoughts? PSG, Man United. Who do you have?
I just have this like small feeling inside that Manchester United are gonna win this game. I don't know if they're gonna win the second leg, but I just have this feeling that they're definitely gonna win the first leg. They're missing variety. They just found out they're missing Cavani, Neymar is out, so I just have this feeling that they'll win. And then the second leg is a different story, but I just have this
focus on this match. Just focus on this match. Who do you, based off the facts that you know, Man United's red hot form, PSG missing 3 of their vital starters. Did you think? I know that you said you feel Man United would win, but do you think PSG in any way, shape, or form could actually beat them?
I think they have. PSG have a chance. They still do have Di Maria and they have Mbappe, of course. But I just I feel like they can't beat Manchester United at the moment. So.
Alrighty. Okay. Muntaha.
Yeah, right. Oh my God! Like, come on, man! Like, that's a huge blow. Neymar and Verratti and this guy, man. Yeah, this guy, Neymar, Verratti, and what is his name? Edis Cavani. That's really a huge blow for me. Like, that's like your talisman.
Muntaha, just a second, Muntaha. Launch your mic, please. If you could just mute it, bro. All right, go, Muntaha.
Yeah, literally your talisman. Like, you're missing this guy, and he's the like a kind of X factor for you, a difference maker for you, regardless of his skills and moves and or like showboating. But he's the one, like, literally opponents are like feared of to face.
Yep.
And like, look, for me personally, I think so United have to win this game. Not like they will win the game. I think they have to win this game, and that's the best chance. This is the best chance and best time to face PSG team. And apart from it, like, tactical point of view, I would say that like Solskjaer like needs to play more of like wide formation against this team, the way Lyon played against them, and try to frustrate them. And look, what I see personally is that like I don't regard Kimbambe and what is his name, Marquinhos, as like the good defenders. To be honest, for me, they are not that great. So, and Thiago Silva, like, is the like I read the rumors like he's quite unfit to play this Champions League. Is that true or something like that?
No.
No.
Okay.
He's fit. He had a bit of a bump against Lyon, I believe.
Yeah, he had a bump and he's gonna play.
Okay, so that's fine, but still you cannot trust Rabiot like Red, like come on, like this is the best time to for
No,
United
Rabiot's
to
not
win
going
the.
to play, I guess.
Yeah, Rabiot's
Yeah,
not.
Rabiot's
Rabi.
not.
Oh my God, really? Rabi is not going to play? Oof.
No,
Nah.
I think
He
they're. I think
already
he's
has
being
a lot
punished.
of, yeah. He's being punished by the
Red,
FA, Paris FA.
Bad luck
Oh
for
my
PSG.
days.
He
Oh
fell
my
out of
days. So
favor.
you know what? You know what? I think so. PSG is losing this game. For me, I think so. The scoreline can be 3-1 or 2-1. Most probably 2-1. I'm going with 2-1. PSG
Alrighty.
needs that away goal. And if somehow they scored the away goal, uh, then they can turn the tables. But to be honest, right now this is the best. Like this United defense can contain what do you call what is his name? Kylian Mbappe and Di Maria. Come on, they can contain this defense. And look, with their substitution Nkunku, and there is another one. Can't remember his name. Something
Choupo-Moting?
Chopo. Yeah, Chopo. Come on, man. You cannot depend upon them to win this game or the kind of substitution. Sorry, I'm not seeing PSG to win this game. United is winning this game. 2-1 for me.
Okay, Lund, PSG United thoughts.
Yeah, look, this is a big game, a very, very big game. I like big
Massive.
games. Or yeah. Look, man. Look for PSG. Like, if you're a PSG fan, right? I'm pretty sure like they came into this game thinking we're gonna beat Manchester United. We're gonna roll them over. But now there's key players missing. Now, for me, for United, I mean, this is a chance for them to absolutely circumcise PSG, not once, but twice in the same game, in my opinion, at least. Look, man, like if you Mbappe, right, what is your motivation in this game? I mean, like, there's no game changers around you, and you're gonna have to do like everything alone, basically. I mean, you can hope for a miracle.
Guys, I just want to sorry, Lund, to cut you off. I just
Yeah,
want to
of course,
mention
of
that
course, of
they will still have Draxler. They still have Di Maria. Like I feel like they're not completely out of it. They could slip Di Maria on the right, Draxler on the left with Mbappe as a striker. So I don't think PSG are completely out of it. But with that being said, continue.
Yeah, of course. I'm not really saying they're out of it, but I'm just saying it's going to be really difficult for them because, I mean, my predicted score is going to be 2-1. Like, look, man. Pogba, for me, he's in form. I mean, he's probably in the form of his life right now, if I can say that. I mean, he just came off scoring a banger, really. I just like recently saw it like a few hours ago. My God. Look, man, they're a team that you can't really take lightly, Manchester United at the moment. So, look, for me, it's going to be tough for PSG. I think the only way PSG win this game, right, is if United see Mourinho again, like in the stadium or something. Then they get like stage fright or some shit like that. So, look, man, it has to be a United one for me. I go 2-1 United, and it's vital that PSG get the away goal. I think that is the most important thing for them. Like, if they get the away goal, it's problem solved. Like, it's fine for them. They can go back to France, think about what they did wrong in the game, and so on. But look, United won for me 2-1.
All right, Juvenile.
Big games, bro. Big games.
Big games. It's what we live for. It's what we're here for.
Yeah, Champions League is back, so I'm really excited. And what better way to start than United PSG? But bad luck for PSG because I only thought Neymar was out, but now that I'm hearing news that Cavani and Verratti are out as well.
Yep.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big blow for.
Oh, that's big.
If you guys remember, the Verratti was really vital for PSG in their 2-1
Liverpool tie.
Liverpool. Because I think Verratti is one of those players that he controls the midfield. And gives those assists to Neymar and Cavani. In terms of United, since they've sacked Mourinho, they've been on a W streak. They haven't lost any games since they've sacked Mourinho.
Nope.
So they're gonna be hoping to continue that form into the first leg. Plus, they're playing at home, so Old Trafford is a fortress. So overall, I just can't see United losing this. Like I said, unless they see Mourinho in the stands or something. But I think it's gonna be 3-1 win to United. That PSG need to get an away goal. If they want to keep their hopes alive for the second leg and hope that Cavani and Verratti are back. I'm not sure if they'll be back. Do you guys know if they're going to be back for the second leg?
They will. I heard Neymar and Verratti. Yeah, and by the way, guys, Cavani's a doubt. There's no confirmed that he's 100% out, but I heard he's a doubt. He picked up a knock today, so we'll have to see.
He has to play for me.
Mbappe can do this on his own. He's only 20 years old. He needs a secondary striker alongside him to get the job done.
Definitely.
But like I said, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens.
We'll see. Scoreline, yep.
3-1.
3-1 Man United.
Yep.
Okay. Jeff.
Yeah, man. Champions League season, baby.
Oh yeah.
This is what we live for, man.
Exactly. Go, but
huge game. Look, if you'd have asked me this question 2 months ago about this Man United and PSG tie, I would have told you PSG are going to whitewash this Manchester United team. But so much has happened over the course of the last 2 months with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's galvanized this team. They're scoring goals for fun. Pogba's in the form.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. Just give me a sec. Lund, please, your mic. Thank you. Go, Jeff.
Yeah, Pogba's in the form of his life. Probably right now, I'd say he's probably the best central midfielder in the world right now.
There's a case.
Form. And on PSG side, it's really not looking good for them. They've got an injury crisis right now, with Verratti, Cavani, and Neymar out, 3 of the most important players. That's going to be a huge problem for PSG. And like Juvenal said, this is going to be a lot of pressure on Kylian Mbappe's hands. This kid is only just 20 years old. I can't expect him to carry this PSG team to get a good result at Old Trafford. So, yeah, Man United are at home for the first leg. Old Trafford, huge atmosphere. So, yeah, it's not looking good for PSG, to be honest. But if they do get the away goal, that will make things very interesting for the second leg because I think Verratti and Cavani, I think they'd be fit for the second leg. I'm not really sure on Neymar. I think Neymar will be a doubt for the second leg. But anyway, this is about the first leg. So, United are in really good goal scoring form. And Lindelof has been probably their most consistent player this season. If you'd ask Manchester United fans about Lindelof, they'd probably tell you that he's been their best player this season.
Post Mourinho for sure.
Yeah, because people don't really know about Lindelof and his form, but he's been even under Mourinho. Even under Mourinho,
even under Mourinho, he was quite good.
Yeah, he's been putting on some really good performances. So, yeah, if I was to give you a score prediction, I'd go for
it's new to you people.
Manchester United 3-1.
3-1. Okay.
Yeah,
nice. That's Hazim.
It's a good game. Look, I don't think too much changes for PSG. Look, when Neymar and Cavani would have been there, it would have been they would have destroyed Man United by a big scoreline. Now I still think they're gonna win, but it's not. It's gonna be tighter. So, look, in terms of the options in the PSG squad, obviously they can go different formation, but I think they're probably gonna go 4-4-2. And Verratti's injured, but they can put Paredes, who they signed this January, and this guy's really good. And if they put Paredes, and actually last match against Bordeaux, they tried Dani Alves in midfield and he looked pretty good. So if they put Paredes and Dani Alves, I think that'll be pretty good. But even then, they can put Marquinhos. But overall, they'd have to go a bit more defensive and push the line a bit back when they go to Old Trafford. And obviously, on the wings, they still have Draxler, Di Maria, who really world-class players who can cause problems. and I think they're going to expose Man United fullbacks. And yeah, in terms of the striking situation, obviously Cavani's injured, but I still think Mbappe and Choupo-Moting are going to be really dangerous, and especially on the break, their pace is going to be really important. And obviously, from United's point of view, I think they'll try and get a result, but I just think PSG's experience and class will be too much for them. And I'm going to go with a 2-1 PSG win.
Alrighty, nice. That finally somebody that's on PSG's side.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Denzel.
Yeah.
PSG Man U.
Yeah. I'm gonna start by saying there's absolutely no way PSG turns up to Old Trafford and get the result from this game.
Harsh.
Yeah. That's just how I see it, man. Neymar, obviously, their best player is missing. Verratti, who, by the way, for me, is probably one of the most underrated players in the world. By far, the best midfielder is missing, and obviously Cavani, probably the most clinical finisher, probably missing as well. I think that's just too much, man. For me, Kylian Mbappe, obviously one of the best players in the world, yeah, but for me, he's just not that type of player that will grab a game and just take it, man, and just. For me, he's not that clutch player. I don't think. Obviously, just Draxler, yeah, Di Maria, but I don't know, man. I just don't think they have enough at the moment. For me, Manchester United is just too good at the moment for them. Pogba, obviously, in red hot form, and Martial will be taking souls on that left wing. Rashford's movement, his pace will just cause a lot of problems for PSG's defense. Lingard's work rate under Herrera, obviously, is really good right now. Lindelof is looking solid at the back right now as well. David De Gea, obviously the best goalkeeper in the world. He'll be up for it at Old Trafford. I don't know, man. It's just not look. I just don't see PSG even getting a draw out of this game. No. I just think that I'm going for 3-1 Manchester United.
Oh my God.
All right, Barca.
Yeah, so this is my thing is I don't know why you guys keep bigging up PSG because you guys have to understand the UCL. Like this is the UCL, and I'm gonna let everybody know how the UCL is. So basically,
educate us, bro, please.
Tell us, bro. Tell us.
So let me educate you guys on the UCL. Okay. For the past 24, 25 years, I've been watching the UCL. What I've seen is a lot of the teams who go far in the tournament have mentality, mental, soccer mental training, mentality, experience. They've done that. They use their know-hows to beat their opponents. I don't see, like, when I'm looking at those check marks and when I'm looking at those boxes, PSG don't even fit any of those boxes. They don't even check one of those boxes. They're just a team full of money with good players, no mentality, no know-hows, and that's just PSG. You know, so
now, Barca,
me,
if you don't mind, I'm just going to ask a question to you. Now, do you think, because PSG, you're talking about mentality, and do you think the PSG, because in Ligue 1, they've been absolutely destroying it. I think they've only had 1 loss and 2 draws. So you don't think that winning mentality, they can't convert any of that to the Champions League?
This is the thing, because and even I think our dear friend HH, he even said this last season when Real Madrid played Liverpool.
No, not dear friend.
I mean he's my dear friend, but yeah, he's my dear friend. So
yeah, he's a biological father. Yeah.
Get to the point, boss.
Guys, continue.
Okay. Listen. When Real Madrid was playing Liverpool last season, he was like, a league season is way different from a Champions League campaign. It's so different. How you do in the league does not translate to how well you do in the Champions League. That is why I'm saying that PSG might be winning Ligue 1 and so forth, but still that doesn't mean anything. I said that is why I am saying that PSG might be winning Ligue 1 and everything, but it doesn't mean anything. To me, that doesn't mean anything. To me, that's not showing me that they can go and win the Champions League. It's not showing me anything.
Wait, but Barca, that's a league title. What are you saying?
It's a league title. My thing is PSG just have world-class players, but they don't have mentality. They have
So if they have world-class players, why aren't there no check marks
inferiority
in their book?
complex. There's an inferiority complex in that team that I've been seeing for the past 4 or 5 seasons. Everybody makes them up to be Champions League favorites, Champions League favorites. They're not Champions League favorites. I'm serious. And that is why I'm saying this, because again, I've watched Real Madrid time and time again in the past 3 seasons win the UCL with my own bare eyes, and I'm seeing this with PSG too, because PSG don't have that mentality that I'm talking about. So for me, I'm going with United 5-1.
Wait, Barca, are you sure about that? Are you sure?
I'm going first, like we're going to United 5-1. Because
I'll put money on that, Barca.
Look, Red. Look, I hate these dudes. These dudes, they try to make themselves look like, oh my goodness, they're the best in the world and everything. You're not. You're just not. You're just not. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. Ask me the question.
Yeah. Continue, Barca.
Yeah.
Wrap it up, brother.
PSG, and I'm letting everybody know this. Everybody makes them to be this kind of giant killer and everything. Like, they're not. They're really not. They're not that. Like, I'm dead serious, yo. Like, when they stole Neymar, it's still in my heart a little bit, because when they stole Neymar, I was a bit hurt. But still,
he was crying in his bedroom.
No. But because why would you go to the club? Like, why? But anyways, for my thing is, for PSG, I think they just need to find a way to discipline these players. These players are not disciplined enough, and I agree with HH. They are not disciplined enough. They really need to be.
Can I add something?
Look, let's not talk about HH in this podcast.
Yeah.
Can I just add something quickly?
Shout out to HH, but we're talking football. Anyway,
can I add something?
Yeah, go ahead, please, Hassan.
Yeah, I just want to say this is the first real test for Solskjaer. So and this is gonna prove how good of a tactician he is, because if you're going against someone like Tuchel, I don't think Solskjaer is gonna be able to outclass him in terms of tactics, and I think Tuchel's really is gonna do his homework, especially since some of his players are missing.
Yep.
And he's gonna focus on getting the tactical setup correct, and I think that's where United are also gonna fall short.
Okay, so can I say something?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So one second, guys, because we have other games that we have to preview. So I'm just gonna wrap this game up. Okay, go ahead, Bart.
Okay, so my thing is, that is one essence. That is one essence of tactics. There is another element in football where it's called mentality. And that is what I'm talking about, is you can have all the tactics and everything, but not have that mentality and the know-hows to win the game. You know what I'm
Okay, Basa, we get it. Mentality. Okay, yeah. So, Red, continue.
Yeah. No, I pretty much agree mostly with Hazem. I think Man United have been on red hot form. They do have a chance, but I don't see them blitzing PSG, because the thing is with this PSG team is they've added a lot of depth. Even though they've lost some key players, they are playing chess without their queen right now. That's what I feel like PSG are doing.
Promoting? Really?
Pardon? Really? Well, no. Look.
Yeah,
look, this guy. Look, because PSG are likely to start Choupo-Moting as a replacement for Cavani. This guy was on the bench for Stoke City like 6-7 months ago. This guy is not. I don't even understand
But
why?
But Jeff, you have to consider the fact that he is growing as a player. He can develop under PSG. They bought him for a reason. So I'm not saying that PSG are going to blitz Man United anymore. It's up in the air. It's 50-50 as far as I'm concerned. I just feel like PSG overall, their quality will shine through. We do like Hassan said, like Tuchel could out tactic Solskjaer. We don't know how good Solskjaer really is. He did have a big game against Spurs. But Tuchel might go in and be like, you know what, guys, we might not be able to really blitz this team. but let's try and get the away goal and try to just maintain that lead and see if we can get another one just through luck. So my whole point is that it's not as clear cut as it seems. It's very tough. Of course, all our answers are gonna be answered. All our questions will be answered on Tuesday. But from there, we're going to be moving on to Roma Porto, which, by the way, guys, I'm very excited for this tie.
Yeah.
Why? Because Porto have been undefeated since October. Undefeated. Keep that in mind. Porto has been. They had one of the most successful group stages in this Champions League in this Champions League tournament this year.
Mhm.
So, with that
They
being
haven't
said,
lost a single game.
not a
Yeah,
single
can I
game.
go- can I
They've
go
been
first?
incredible. So, with that being said, Roma, on the other hand, they're going into this time missing some key players. Manolas has been out. Serie A aficionados, any of you know? Will Manolas be playing in the first leg?
Serie A
Hasn't driven up.
aficionados.
Hasn't.
Unsure.
Oh, Manolas? I'm not sure. I think he'll be ready. I think he'll be ready.
Okay, so they also have Cech Ondar and Perotti. Both those players are also going to be missing, which are vital players.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
so with that being said, and Roma also this year, I felt like they've already liquidized it. Like they sold Krugman, they've sold Nainggolan. They really haven't really strengthened. They've invested more into the youth. I think this season they're more in a rebuilding process. That being said, Porto undefeated coming into this. Roma really looking shaky because in the league they haven't been doing too well. They're in a top four battle right now, which is between 5 teams. So they have their hands full. With that being said, leading into going on to Tuesday, do you guys think Roma could be the first team to beat Porto, or
Can
do you think Porto will do the job? So with this one, I'm
Can I
going to let Barca go first. Go Barca.
Okay. So for me, I really like this Porto team. I really like this Porto team because I watched them in the group stage this season, and they are playing more of a very good attacking football brand where it is nice to watch. You know what I'm trying to say? And I think they have this Mexican kid called Corona or something like that. He is a baller. Like that Corona guy is a raw baller. Another guy that's a baller in that Porto team is the Abubakar guy. Abubakar is a
Brahimi?
great. Yeah, Vicente Abubakar from Cameroon. He is a really good player, and I think Brahimi, yeah, the one that Hassan just mentioned, quality player,
Don't forget, guys,
quality.
Marega has also been very quality from very well. He's their top scorer, I believe, in the team right now.
Yeah, Mariga too.
Yeah, Hector Herrera too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hector Herrera is
Thanks
quality.
for Milan, yeah.
Yeah.
No, they have a solid midfield. Look, they have Danilo Pereira. Like that guy is incredible defensively.
Yeah.
Hector Herrera has been one of the most consistent midfielders in Europe this season.
Yeah.
Like the engine of that team.
Look,
Like, he's so
Roma have their hands full, but Barca
Yeah.
scoreline.
Yeah.
What's your prediction?
So for me, for Roma, and let me just get on my thoughts on Roma quickly. So for Roma, I think this is just a curse. You know, like they're going through a curse because I think they got too excited with the win that they won last season against Barcelona, and now
Here we go again.
it's got to their heads where, my gosh, we don't have Alisson anymore, we don't have Nainggolan anymore. So I think when that Barcelona win got into their heads, it's affected them, and now I'm having a feeling that I have a feeling that this might be 4-2 Porto. I think this might be 4-2 Porto because I just don't know.
Oh, it is played at the Stadio Olimpico. It's at Roma's home stadium, so that's 4 away goals. So essentially, the ties down to
First leg, right? Just first leg.
yeah, this first leg.
Oh, okay. Oh, no. First leg, I think will be either 2-1 Porto. Yeah, 2-1 Porto. But
Wow.
like aggregate, I think will be 4-2. This is how I see it. Aggregate
Okay.
will be 4-2. Yeah,
Okay.
so, yeah.
Denzel, thoughts? Roma Porto.
The salt.
Yeah.
Roma Porto. Thoughts?
Yeah, Roma Porto. Obviously, Porto topped their group. It wasn't the strongest group, but I think that they were in a group with teams maybe around their level. You can argue. So I feel that was impressive. Obviously, recently they haven't lost Porto. but I still think that they haven't been playing great football, but they haven't lost. So that will be key. The thing with Porto as well is that I don't think that they have a really recognized goal scorer, so that can come into play as well. I think Suarez and the others have about they don't have that many goals, maybe 7, 9. They don't have that really prolific goal scorer, whereas Roma, obviously, Edin Dzeko is a recognized and experienced goal scorer. Roma, I think, edges it on player quality, but I think, but I think overall, Porto are playing better football as a team this season, and I think Porto will edge it 2-1.
Alrighty, Hazem, thoughts, Roma, Porto.
If you asked me a few weeks ago, I would say definitely Porto, even in the first leg, would win this. But if you see recently, Porto hasn't been playing too well. They're coming off 2 consecutive draws, and they only scored 1 goal in the last 2 games.
Yep.
And especially in that game against Vitoria, it was like really they were creating many chances, but they couldn't get the end product. And also against Morenese. But, Hector Herrera scored their goal, and I feel like he's going to be important in offering the attacking threat as well. And he has to move forward and help Brahimi and Corona. But, yeah, I think Brahimi and Corona are really going to be important trying to expose Kolarov and Karsdorp and fullbacks because they're really susceptible defensively. But, look, Roma are coming off good form, really good form, actually.
Yep. Big result today.
Yeah, after the 7-1 Fiorentina, I think it gave them a wake-up call because that was an atrocious performance. And I think they really got together, and because Di Francesco was under huge pressure under that, and they came up against Milan, and they had a great performance against Milan, who was on red-hot form, who just beat Napoli 2-0. And they beat us. They drew against us, but you could say they deserved to win. They had more of the dangerous chances, and Sharawi played well. This guy Zaniolo, I think most talented young midfielder in Europe right now.
Zaniolo.
He's insane, and I think he's going to be really important in this game.
Tell him, Azum.
For me, the key is for him, and Sharawi needs to start. In the past couple of games, he's been really good. He scored against Chievo. Obviously, they won 3-0 against Chievo. That's why I think Roma can get it done in this leg. Obviously, defensively, they're still very bad. Manlas, I think he'll be back for this game, but still, it's not good. They commit too many mistakes, and I think Porto's going to score. Maybe Brahimi or Corona will score, or even Tiquinho. But I think Roma will pull through, and I think Dzeko's experience and some of the flair of Sharawi and Zaniolo, and I think Roma can win this 3-1 in the first leg.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Now I do want to say one thing, guys. Like, what's so exciting about this matchup is there's 2 things I love about the Champions League is that going away to Italy is always tough, regardless of the team, whether it's Roma, Napoli, Inter, AC Milan, Juve. Away fans in Italy, it is very hard to go to those places. Yeah. And another thing is you can never write off Portuguese teams. Portuguese teams always come with an upset. Always come up with an upset. It's always recently in the modern era, like in the past 4 or 5 years, we've been seeing that Monaco's really been taking that slot where they've been getting to the semis and the quarters, surprising everybody. But before that, it was always the Portuguese team that make those surprise deep runs into the Champions League.
I mean, 2 years ago when Roma actually played Porto in one of the earlier qualifying rounds, Porto actually beat them in the Olimpico 4-2. So
there you go. There's history there.
Also, I don't know if you guys remember 2014-15 season. Porto Bayern first leg. Porto beat Bayern 3-1.
That's the thing.
I remember that.
Portuguese teams, you can never write them off. So this is a very interesting matchup because even though Roma are coming off a bad run of form, which recently they've fixed it up, this could be their chance to respond and really uplift the fans and uplift the teams, and it could be a big boost for their confidence. With that being said, on to Jeffrey. Jeffrey, what are your thoughts on the match?
Look, man, I'm not gonna act as if I care too much about either team, so I'm just gonna keep this one brief here.
Thank
So
you.
yeah,
We appreciate honesty always.
yeah.
Not really.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Okay.
Porto have been in insane form this season. They've only lost, I think, like 1 or 2 matches all
Two.
season. Roma, their defense is trash. They leak so many goals. Like, I don't see how they go through it because, yeah, Porto. The first leg is at Roma's ground,
Yep.
so I think it's going to be a high scoring affair, like maybe a high score,
Wow.
2-2 draw.
Wow.
But yeah, Porto, they've got some really decent like hidden gems, I'll say, like Marega,
Tell us.
Suarez,
Tell us as fullback.
Hector Herrera.
Yeah, he's incredible
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, I want that guy in our team. I really do.
Yeah, they've got some really like decent players. So I'm not gonna say they're dark horses because there's just like too many quality teams in the Champions League this season. But yeah, Porto, they play some really, really good attacking football. I watched a bit of them during the group stages. Like Denzel said earlier, their group was like all the teams are really at the similar quality. So
Yeah.
I can't really say too much about them finishing top because any of the 4 teams in Porto's group could have finished top. So, but yeah, Porto are in really good form right now. So I expect them to go through against Roma for this tie. But the first leg will be a draw. Though. I guarantee you, first leg will be a draw.
Okay, Roma could be shutting up shop. Yeah. Hey, man, they could be going to Porto to get that away goal. Alrighty.
No.
Juvenile.
I said it's going to be a high scoring draw. I said 2-2.
High score. So yeah. Okay.
2-2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like a 3-3.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
2-2. Yeah.
2-2. Okay. Alrighty, Juvenile thoughts.
I'm actually more excited about this game than the PSG United game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, me too.
Mostly because I think it's gonna be more open. Like you actually don't know who's gonna go through. There isn't a clear favorite.
Yep. No, that's the thing is like both teams could do it. Both teams could.
Yeah,
pull
both
very
could go
even
through.
match.
Both could go through.
Yep.
But if you asked me this question 2 months ago, I would have said Porto is going through 100%. Because you guys actually saw Roma in the group stages. They had an easy group, and even then, they
made it hard for themselves.
They made it hard for themselves. Exactly, Red. I think they suffered a defeat to Pilsen on the last final week.
Yep.
And I think the game before that as well, they lost to Madrid.
They lost twice to us.
Yeah, they lost twice. Rome in the group stages. But since then they've picked themselves up. Bar the Fiorentina loss, they've had a good run of form. So I think they could get a result out of this game since they're at home, and the Olympico isn't really an easy place to play at, as Barca fans know last season.
Thank you.
But for Porto, I think the 3 key players are gonna be Corona, Marega, and Brahimi, and not to forget Telles as well. He's been really solid for them. And overall, I think it's gonna be a 2-1 win to Roma.
Okay.
Wow.
L. Lund.
Yeah, man. Look, for me, like a lot of people have been saying, it's going to be like a tight game. Porto's going to win. Like both teams basically are going to score. But for me, right, I'm going for a bold move. Actually, I wouldn't say it's bold because an angel actually appeared in my dream last night and actually told me that I don't have to be afraid to say this. So I'm actually going to say it. Roma will win this game 3-0. Now, some of you may be questioning that.
Are you serious? Clean sheet? Sorry.
Yes, clean sheet, fam. I'm saying clean sheet because you
don't.
Okay. Listen. No. Listen to me. Listen.
Bear in mind that this Roma team has conceded like 13 goals in the last 3 games or something like that.
Yeah. The fans will defend. The fans will help them. Okay, the fans will defend. Look, man. Look. I just think Roma, right, have too much for Porto. Like, I mean, Hazem mentioned that Porto aren't in good form, at least like right now. So like, look, for me, Roma are gonna win. Key players will be Dzeko, Al Shawari, my cousin, and obviously Zaniolo. Look, man, scoreline, my 3-0, I'm still standing by it. They better not let me down because, I'm a guy who's proud and, who's has an ego,
Same
pride, and all
same
that
scoreline
stuff.
as Roma versus Chelsea last season.
Shut up, man. I don't need to mention that, but yeah, okay.
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Look, man, look, Porto are getting touched, man. That's all. That's all I'm gonna say. And second leg will be interesting, to be honest, because obviously we'll have to see what form the teams will be on then. So look, it's going to be a vital game for Porto as well. I think they'll just get stage fright, and they won't be able to handle the pressure throughout the game. So, and look, the crowd are going to have a big part to play. I just think it's going to be too much for Porto. Look, good team. They are a good team, very good team. But look, man, when you go up against Al Shawari, Dzeko, Zaniolo, it's good night, man. 3-0 Roma.
Okay. Wow. Muntaha.
Look, if I get that right, you owe me a chocolate, sir. I send me a chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good, man. Sounds good.
We're gonna send it on speed post, okay?
Yeah,
Send it, fam. Send it.
yeah, Red bro. Yeah, man. Like, to be honest, look, I know that Roma, like, they lost some of the crucial players, but still, like, you cannot, like, just, write off Roma. Like, they're not going to, win or, like, perform poorly. And I know, like, their recent performance in Serie A. But like, I'm not interested in this game, to be honest. No disrespect to Roma fans and Porto fans. So I'll be just sweet and short. I think so. It's going to be 2-2 draw for this fixture. Yeah.
2-2. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pablo.
Yeah, I'm with Manta. I don't really watch Porto. I haven't seen Porto that much. I haven't seen Roma that much. So, but instead of 2-2,
Trust me, Pablo. 3-0, bro. Just say it.
No. Pablo, you have to. No. Can I say something, Red, to Pablo? No, Pablo. You
Nope.
have to-
You had a
No,
chance.
listen.
Red, please settle.
Guys. We're short on time. We're actually short on time, guys. This has gone long enough. But yeah, so Pablo, prediction?
Okay.
Oh no, I'll agree with Manta. 2-2.
2-2. Okay. Saswat. Wrap it up, brother.
Yeah,
Wrap
I
it
mean,
up.
here's the thing. Porto have been so good attacking wise. I mean, the defense is still shaky, even though they have Pepe and Felipe. I mean, the defense is still shaky, even though they have a very good centre back duo. But
No, but Saswat,
I just
past two games they only scored one goal.
no, it's not about the past two games. I'm talking about the whole season. And this is, by the way, this is Champions League. It's very different from. And I have not given my prediction yet. So I'm not saying that Porto will definitely win this game. In my opinion, Roma have actually found a gear, and Dzeko in the Champions League, he becomes a beast. So and I think, and what's this guy's name? Zaniolo, sorry, Zaniolo. Zaniolo, I think as you guys said, I mean, I definitely agree. Zaniolo will be the key in that midfield. He's the best midfielder. If you make a combined squad between FC Porto or Roma, he'll definitely be the best midfielder in from both of those teams. So he'll definitely be, and he's a midfield controller, so he'll definitely be the key for that. But still, the defense being shaky. I just can't see. Just a clean sheet. I don't know what Lunt is smoking, saying with the 3-0. I'll definitely send my shit on speed post. Just be wary for that. So it's definitely. I definitely don't see a clean sheet. I definitely see Porto scoring at least one goal, and I think it's gonna be a 2-1 to Porto. And on my sidelines, I think it can also be a 2-2 to Roma, because Roma has actually today's match saw against Kiev. I actually saw the highlights. I did not see the whole match. A lot of positives could be taken from this today's game. So if they continue this hot form of what they can implement this today's performance into this Porto against Roma, I'm definitely not excited about this game. Let's just get that to be clear. I think Porto is gonna be win 2-1, but I think Roma can actually be get a 2-2 draw, but I don't see Roma winning this game. I know it's gonna be a home game, but I don't see Roma winning this game.
Dude,
Okay.
that's what 3 days.
Okay. So guys, just to wrap it up for this topic. Look, I'm biased for Porto. Casillas, Pepe both play for Porto. So I'm hoping for a 2-0 win for Porto with a clean sheet kept.
Damn.
I warned you guys.
That's gonna happen because look, when Dzeko's on it, Dzeko's on it. That guy loves big games, big goals. So with that being said, I think it's gonna have to be a 2-1. And now we're gonna move on to Tottenham and Dortmund. Now, guys, I do want to preface
Thank
that.
Yup. This
we
is
are
the
short on
game.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's
Get
just
it
give a
this time.
prediction. Let's just give a prediction for
Yeah,
this one.
exactly. Because we're very short on time. I'm just gonna give a quick intro to this game just for the viewers. Look, Spurs. Honestly, this season they've been unbelievable. Everybody wrote them off, but they're still pushing through. 0 draws. They're winning these games. Son has been on form. Ronaldo has been killing it. No Kane, so that's going to be a big loss for them. As for Dortmund, Marco Reus is also injured. It's a doubt for him. I don't think he's going to be making it back in time for the Champions League. So they're missing a big player there. You do still have Jadon Sancho, Guerrero, obviously a fullback, but he's been doing incredible. Pulisic is still there. But let's see if Pulisic can fill in the role. But I doubt that Paco Alcacer is going to be able to fill in those those boots of Marco Reus with that injury. So with that being said, guys, can everybody just please quickly give us your prediction on this Dortmund Tottenham game and
Where's the first leg?
First leg, of course. And,
Where is it?
please, if you want to add a couple
Wembley.
of things, just players to watch, please go ahead. So with that being said, Saswat, go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Tottenham are missing a lot of players, but Dortmund have actually, if you see the last 2 games, they have looked a lot shaky in their defense, especially today's or Hoffenheim game. Like hashtag Brickwatch. I mean, they considered 3 goals, and I was actually wait. I'm gonna be short and sweet. Okay, give me 30 seconds. So Dortmund are definitely was favorites until last 2 weeks, but currently right now it's very even. I don't know Tottenham missing their main players, but I think it's gonna be 1-1. Yeah, it's gonna be a 1-1 fixture. Yeah.
All righty, Pablo.
2-2 draw.
Okay, Montaha.
3-2 Spurs. And
All right.
players to watch from Dortmund is like Piszczek, Axel Witsel, and Mark Reus. And from Spurs,
Piszczek is a doubt. Piszczek is a doubt for their fixture.
Yeah.
but he
Reus
played,
too.
isn't it? But he played
Pardon?
he played in the 3-3 game, isn't it? So he
I
was
believe
playing.
so, but I don't know if he's gonna be starting. But anyways, continue. Sorry.
Sorry. he'll
Yeah,
start.
and Harry Kane is injured as well, isn't it? So he will miss
Yep.
the game. Yeah, so I think so Wenman Son, Ericsson, and Alderweireld will be the players to watch. From
Okay, Lund.
Yeah, for me, look, I'm gonna keep it sweet. I'll go for a. Do not let me down. I'm just gonna go with the 2-1 Spurs on this one.
Okay, Juvenile.
No Kane, no Ali, so I'm gonna go with 2-0 to Dortmund.
Alrighty, Jeff.
Yeah, I'm going with 3-1 Dortmund, but that doesn't mean this tie will be resolved because, like, I still think Tottenham could pull off a result at the Signal Iduna Park. So 3-1 Dortmund.
Okay, Hazem.
I'm going with 3-2 Dortmund. I think it's going to be an interesting game, and Kane and Ali are not there, so Dortmund will get the better of them.
Alrighty. Denzel.
I'm gonna go with 2-1 Tottenham, and players to
That's
watch
a
for
draw.
me. The centre back pairing of Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen.
Follow your
Okay.
brother.
Barca.
I'm gonna go 5-3 Dortmund.
Whoa.
First leg.
Marcus, are you okay? Are you okay?
Thriller.
First leg.
Wow.
Thrillers.
Yes.
Is that over both
And
legs
this
or just one?
play. Oh no, this is first leg.
It's going to be 25.
Listen,
Guys,
Um,
put money on this.
okay,
Barca-
so for me, this is the thing. I don't watch the EPL. I don't like the EPL teams, and
Yeah,
for
Marsh,
me,
keep it brief. Keep it brief. Keep it to the match,
all
not
right.
the EPL.
So the Dortmund players that I'm looking at, it's Witzel. I'm looking at Sancho, and then I'm also looking at Alcacer. I think those three players will be key for them. So yeah.
All right. So yeah, I agree with Jeff. I think it's going to be a 3-1 Dortmund. I think that Spurs they're going to get a goal, but I don't think it's going to be enough. And I think they're going to leak in some goals. And look, Dortmund, they've been through it this season. They've been handling pressure well. They're keeping the lead in the league. So yeah, man, like I just feel like Dortmund just have too much firepower for that Spurs defense, especially with the key players missing for Spurs. It's going to be a big blow. With that being said, we're on to the final matchup: Real Madrid Ajax. I am biased here. I'm just going to go straight up and say my prediction. I'm going for a 5-0 Real Madrid. I accept nothing but a 5-0. We need a big response. We've been disrespected.
Red,
Ajax were going to beat us.
Ajax's ground.
5 away goals, Jeff. 5 away goals. We're going to kill the tie first leg.
Yeah, this will make 6 of the best.
Ow, disrespect.
No. With all due respect to Ajax, they have a very good team, but I do believe that we will go through based off our experience. With that being said, Saswat, score prediction.
I mean the disrespect is just uncanny. I mean, okay, but forget it. So yeah, it's obviously it's definitely an Ajax team. So but still Real Madrid have actually found their form, and their defense is so solid right now. And Ajax actually for the last 2 or 3 games I've seen that attack is not what I saw them in the group stage. So it's gonna be I think it's gonna be 2-1 to Real Madrid. And yeah, the players to watch out for. I think it's gonna be Vinicius and Bale for me all day.
Okay, Pablo.
Yeah, I agree with Saswa. 2-1.
Nice.
Madrid, yeah.
Okay, Muntaha.
Well, first of all, I just want to tell you, yeah, like yesterday, Ajax lost to Heracles 1-0. Yeah, 1-0. They were playing away though. And their form is like literally is like not like against Bayern Munich in the group stage, everything was clicking for them, and right now it's not the same case.
Yeah, they're
anyways. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
they'll lose 6-2 and then go on and win 6-0. It's very weird, but continue.
Yeah, so for me, it's like I think so we'll win. Like Real Madrid will win this game 3-1, and players to watch is Vinicius Junior and Casemiro.
Okay, Lund.
Yeah, look, I'll keep it brief. Look, it's going to be a tough game for me. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Madrid. It's going to be tough for them. I just think players like Benzema and Bale and so on, they must go to a restaurant in Amsterdam. It's a real beautiful place. It's a beautiful place. I think they can chill there for a bit because it's going to be easy work. I don't think they'll destroy Amsterdam. But look, man, I mean, they can even say hi to Hazem if they want to, if Hazem is fine with it. So look, I'm 2-0 Madrid. That's it.
Sounds good. Juvenile.
Where's the game gonna be played?
Ajax.
It's
away.
I think it's gonna be then. If it's gonna be played at Ajax, so I think it's gonna be maybe 2-1 to Madrid.
Okay, Jeff.
Yeah, man, there's going to be a lot of young ballers on show for both teams, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. If I was to make a prediction, I'm going 2-1 Real Madrid.
Nice. Alrighty. Hazem.
Yeah, Ajax haven't been on good form. As Mta said, they lost to Heracles, and obviously the big 6-2 loss versus Feyenoord. But just one key change they made since that 6-2 loss is because they had Magalian at center back next to De Ligt, and now they replaced him with Daley Blind at center back, and since then they only conceded 1 goal in the past 2 games, so they seem to fix that part of the leaky area. So I don't think Madrid will score too many, but I still think they'll win 2-0.
All right.
Follow your brother.
No, sorry, 2-1.
2-1? Okay. Denzel.
Yeah. Just before I give my score prediction, just want to say one thing. I think fans like to describe this Ajax team as young and inexperienced, but actually they do have some pretty experienced players in Huntelaar,
Huntelaar,
Tadic, Daily Blind as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys have good experience. But I think that's besides the point because Ajax are getting smashed 4-0.
Oh,
Might happen.
Wow.
okay. Barca, wrap it up.
So for me, I'm gonna respect Johan Cruyff's team, and I'm gonna say Ajax 1-0.
Interesting.
Because this is why I say this. I think you guys are disrespecting them. They're a really good team. Real Madrid, yes, they're a good side and so forth, and I understand. But I think for Real Madrid, it's normal for Real Madrid to come back in the Bernabeu like they always do in the second leg, which it has been a huge advantage for them. So for me, I think it'll be 1-0, and I think the players to watch for I think Ajax and Real Madrid is mentality and know-hows. That is the play to
What are the players to watch?
Yeah, guys.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
mentality
change
and
my
know-how.
prediction. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna change my prediction to 6-0 to Real Madrid because I just heard Barca support. Yeah, Ajax. So I'm gonna change it. I'm gonna change my prediction to 6-0 to Real Madrid.
Okay. Barca, what are your players to watch? What are your players?
I want Real Madrid to slap them.
Okay, Saka.
Okay.
Oh my God. What are your players to watch? Barca.
Yeah, my players to watch is
Stasi.
Don't crack
Frankie De Jong and
Carnicam.
those are the
Delete.
2 key players. Yeah.
Alrighty. So, guys, with that being said, we're wrapping it up. We want to thank you all for tuning in. This is the first episode of Footballix. You know, all we do is talk football. We mind length. We know this one went on for a long time, but we are learning. So, thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, have a blessed day. And we
Thank
look
you.
forward to the reviews of the matches.
Thank you.
See you. Bye bye.
Peace, peace, peace,
See you guys.
peace,
You guys, okay. Yeah. All my La Liga fans, all right. I'll see you in the next.
All my Premier League fans.
Yeah, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
We're still live.
Yo,
We're still alive, guys.
You guys
Yo.
are chill. We're still live.
Hazem, do your magic.
Yeah.
Forza Milan.
All right, guys.